California is famous for its golden sunshine, stunning coastlines, and towering redwoods, a place where dreams are made. But as I travel its highways and city streets, I see another reality: sprawling tent encampments and people sleeping in doorways, even in the shadow of immense wealth. The contrast is impossible to ignore. Families with children, elderly people, and veterans, faces of struggle and resilience, are living on the edge in one of the richest places on earth. This isn't just a passing sight. It's a crisis that stays with you. California's story isn't just about beauty and opportunity. It's about people fighting to survive. As a traveler, I've learned that a place is defined by its people, and here, so many are in crisis. The gap between wealth and poverty is jarring. It forces us to question what progress really means. The journey for many isn't about chasing dreams, but about surviving another day. This is the other California, a story that demands to be told. The landmarks and scenery are only part of the picture. The real story is written on the streets, in the lives of those left behind. And it's time we look closer. To grasp the scale, look at the numbers. Over 187,000 Californians are homeless, nearly 1 in 4 of the nation's total. 2/3 of them are unsheltered, living outside, in cars or tents, exposed to danger and disease. California alone accounts for nearly half of America's unsheltered homeless. The state also has 28% of all homeless veterans and 44% of the chronically homeless nationwide. Even a small increase in numbers means thousands more in crisis. These aren't just statistics. They're people with names and stories. The annual count likely underestimates the true scale. The crisis is bigger than the data can show. It's a human catastrophe, concentrated in one state. The numbers reveal a system stretched to its breaking point. Every figure is a life, a family, a future in jeopardy. California's homelessness crisis is a national emergency. The challenge is immense, and the need for action is urgent. We can't look away. California has spent tens of billions to fight homelessness, yet the crisis seems to deepen. Why? The answer lies in a fragmented system. Money flows through countless agencies, with little coordination or accountability. A 2023 audit found the state couldn't even measure if its spending was effective. It's like a team with no game plan, everyone working but not together. Recent efforts aim to fix this. A new housing and homelessness agency and Proposition 1 to build more treatment facilities and housing. But change is slow, and the need is overwhelming. The cost of building new homes is sky high, and more people fall into homelessness each month than find housing. Billions feel like a drop in the ocean. Programs help thousands, but tens of thousands still wait. The system is fighting a relentless wave of poverty and a severe housing shortage. Money alone isn't enough without strategy and unity. The challenge is massive, but solutions require more than just spending. We need real coordinated action. The root cause is simple: not enough affordable housing. For every 100 low-income families, only 35 affordable rentals exist. Rents have soared 23% since 2001, while incomes rose just 5%. Every $100 rent hike pushes homelessness up by 9%. The end of pandemic relief made things worse. Eviction moratoriums and rental aid vanished, and many fell into crisis. It's a cycle: low wages, high rents, and too few homes trap people in poverty. Over a quarter of Californians worry daily about paying rent or mortgage. One unexpected bill can mean losing everything. The visible crisis on the streets is just the tip of deep economic insecurity. The math is brutal, and the safety net is thin. The system leaves millions living on the edge. This isn't about individual failure. It's a structural breakdown. The storm keeps growing. Behind the numbers are real people, each with a story shaped by inequality. People of color, especially Black and Native Americans, are overrepresented among the homeless, reflecting generations of systemic barriers. Older adults are the fastest-growing group. Many worked their whole lives, only to find their savings can't cover rent. Their numbers are projected to triple by 2030. Veterans, too, face homelessness after serving our country, struggling with injuries, trauma, and a lack of support. Families with children are silent victims. Homelessness disrupts their education, health, and sense of safety. For a child, losing a home leaves scars that last a lifetime. These faces reveal a system that has failed its most vulnerable. The crisis is not equal. It hits hardest where injustice runs deepest. Every person on the street is a reminder of promises unkept. The human cost is staggering. We can't ignore the faces behind the statistics. Homelessness isn't just a big city problem. While 70% of California's homeless are in major cities, the crisis is surging fastest in small towns and rural counties. Places like Monterey and Kern saw homelessness jump over 37% in a year. Rural counties like Lake and Yolo saw unsheltered numbers rise by 50%. In cities, there are more shelters and services. In rural areas, resources are scarce and distances vast. People in rural areas are more isolated, often living in cars or campers, far from help. The crisis is often invisible outside the cities, but just as devastating. Urban areas have complex networks trying to manage the crisis. Rural communities are overwhelmed with few resources. The same core problem, skyrocketing housing costs, pushes people out everywhere. The divide is growing, visible in cities, hidden in the countryside. Homelessness has breached every boundary, from coastal cities to inland farms. It's a statewide disaster, not confined to one place. The challenge is everywhere, demanding solutions everywhere. No community is untouched. The crisis is daunting but not unsolvable. Permanent supportive housing, giving people homes first then support, works over 90% remain stably housed. Focused efforts have cut veteran homelessness by 55% nationwide since 2009. California's own progress with veterans proves targeted, coordinated action works. Homelessness is a policy choice, not a fate. What doesn't work? Punishing people for being poor. Laws that criminalize homelessness only make things worse. Real progress comes from compassion and support, not punishment. This is everyone's problem. These are our neighbors, our fellow citizens. We must choose to care, to look past stereotypes, and see the human faces of this crisis. Support organizations making a difference. Demand leaders treat housing as a human right. The road ahead is long, but we must walk it together. The journey starts with understanding and with action. California's story isn't finished. We can help write a better ending.